Hello, this video is for my junior level students. Here's what we're going to do this week. If you click modules, see that a brand new module is available to you. So I've gone ahead and changed a few of the due dates between this module and the next. So I was going to give you another essay to do this week. A lot going on already, and I think that you guys will be able to demonstrate what you've learned well enough with the 6.4.2 activity that we worked on last week. So I'm going to give you guys another week just to give you an opportunity to really polish this and give it your best effort. I know sometimes we get in the habit of rushing things when we really shouldn't. And this is going to be an activity I don't want you guys to rush. So I'm going to go ahead and push that deadline back to May 10th, and we'll start Module 7 together. So if you click on this first link here, you'll see that the topic of this module is going to be about power. And it's going to be kind of an inverse of what we did in the last module. In the last module, we learned how we can identify common themes in multiple texts. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to narrow it down to where we can find multiple themes in a single text. And so that can be really tricky to do, but that's what we're going to do. And so the glossary right here, it just has two definitions. It's important that you guys are able to define public pedagogy. And so pedagogy is a very specific term, to describe like an education. And I've rarely ever seen it outside of the educational field. Usually when we talk about public pedagogy, what we're talking about are like societal norms, like things that are learned in a culture that are not explicitly said, but are taught and carried on to future generations. So the definition is how societies are taught beliefs or ideologies. It's how societies teach what it means to be a man or a woman, or these are just a few examples, what it means to be a patriot, how to behave yourself in public, how to have good manners, etc., etc. All these societal norms. These are rules for how we identify and how we socialize, and it's how we learn what we know about other people and about the world. And so another term that you'll need to be able to identify, which we've been doing quite extensively, but just remember that a theme is a main idea or the central message of a work. And skip this. And so this slide presentation right here just kind of defines public pedagogy a little bit more. And so you guys can flip through the slides deck if you like, but there's a wonderful example right here from Sherman Alexie's an absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. And so in this book, I don't know if you guys have read this your sophomore year, but our narrator lists in his book these unwritten rules on his Indian reservation where he lives. And so these are unspoken words, and they kind of explain how to handle conflict or how not to handle conflict. So I'm going to have you guys read this on your own, but we'll read it together in class. It's pretty funny. But what this does is this works as an example to explain, exactly how public pedagogies work. Exactly, how norms are established and what norms look like if we were to consider them with an eye today. You go to the next page. There's a quick write. And I want you to think about some of the rules that are either unwritten or not that affect your life. Okay, what can you take from your own public pedagogy that you were raised in? And where do you think they came from? Who do you think they benefit? Okay, why do we not step on cracks? Why is it important not to walk underneath a ladder? Things like that. Why do we knock on wood? I actually know I know that one. So if you guys ever want to know why we knock on wood, whenever we don't want to jinx something, just let me know. And so this week we're going to look at a bunch of Disney Pixar, a lot of Disney Marvel, a lot of Disney. So we're going to look at, public pedagogy at work in the community depicted in Disney Pixar's Moana. And so they have a whole song and dance here that we'll watch together as a class. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill out a Say You Mean Matter chart and an about chart where you explain, you know, what the public pedagogy is on the island of Motunui and how it affects our heroine, Moana. Okay, and so these are pretty easy. We've worked a lot with these before in the past. The about might be new to you, and just understand that for the first box, you want to explain what the text is about, as in, like, give me just a generalized summary. Okay, so, you know, just tell me what you read, explain it to me as if I've never read it before. And then the about, with a capital A, is where you make your inferences and you try to dig a little more deeply into the text or into the song or into the video. Okay? And then we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again for 7.1.4. And we'll watch a different song from Moana. And I want you to tell me how this song joins our conversation from earlier about public pedagogy and these rules, the rules that we read about in Where You Are. Okay, and so there's going to be a, you can see it right here, a Say Mean Matter chart and an about chart that you guys will fill out. Easy peasy. And then the last assignment, now this isn't going to be due for quite some time, but you can still get started on it. We're going to work on a CERER chart where, you know, using our annotations and our evidence and our thinking from earlier, you know, we're going to write a paragraph using evidence from the two songs in order to support our claim. And you guys will be making the claims yourself. All right. And that's it. That's what I have for you guys. So I look forward to learning with you this week. Oh, one more thing I forgot. So another reason why this week is just a little bit weird is that because we need to do our STAR testing. And so you may have forgotten, but at the last moment we were excused from taking the SBAC. And what we're going to be taking in the SBAC's place to help us get an idea as to how much you've learned and be able to compare you to other schools in our district, what we're going to do is we are going to take the STAR test on Wednesday and Friday if you're in my red day classes, and Friday and Monday if you're in my white day. So just be aware of that. That's coming up. Make sure those days that you're well rested and you have a hearty breakfast to help you do your best. So yeah, I look forward to learning with you guys this week. Take care.